What's up, everybody? JT here, founder of Find Your Edge Trading, and today we are going to do a market overview for February 22nd, 2023. We're also going to take a look at what I am looking at for tomorrow. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we do, mash that like and subscribe button. Also, check us out on Instagram at Find Your Edge Trading or on Twitter at Find Your Edge Now. Alright, so right now we're looking at the S&P 500 on the daily chart. You can see right now that we have a nice little, what I'd like to call, downtrend currently going on in the S&P. But we're also coming around a nice area of consolidation, as well as if we bring it out just a little bit further, you can see that we have a nice uptrend right here, which is still right intact, and that's exactly where we closed today. We actually got a nice little bounce off of that. So with that being said, might be interesting to see a possible up move back to the upside tomorrow, at least to the top of this range. Maybe not tomorrow, but over the next couple of days, going into PCE or maybe after PCE. To continue this uptrend that we currently have in the S&P. Now, if that was to break, and I would say probably around the line in the sand is probably around the 3,900 area. If we get below 3,900, then this uptrend is lost, and we might start to see a little more cascade back down near the lows that we made back in October. Now, I'm not so sold on that. The market has shown its resilience over the last couple months, so we'll see how that goes. But if we want to look at price action and how that worked today, you can see, bringing this up. So you can see that we actually had a low that we had around 1030, and we tested that low and we had a nice rally back up and above that low at the end of the day. So that was a pretty nice reversal that you not normally would see that. Now the Fed minutes came out at 2 o'clock here, and we had this little fake out to the upside, and the market just took it and reverted it back lower. You can see that we broke this uptrend intraday, and once we did that, we kind of just lost it. And so right now, we had NVDA report after hours, which has a nice little weight for the S&P 500 as well as for the NASDAQ. And tech really liked that. A lot of semiconductors in the indexes. So maybe we'll have some carry through going into tomorrow. So with the S&P, like I said, looking for some sort of a pop back up to today's highs tomorrow. I'd say around the 418-ish area. If we can get up and over that, I think our next target would be around the 445-ish area. Okay, next let's look at the NASDAQ, and we'll pull up the daily chart on that as well. Again, similar thing here. Sorry about that. You can see that we have a uptrend which was broken actually just recently, but we do have an area right here where we have previous highs being made, and this is an area where we have seen a lot of price has visited this area many times in the past. So now that we've broken up and above this area, this may just be a retest of that area before the next leg higher. Now, if this area is lost, then I think we could revert again back lower to the lows that we made back towards maybe the beginning of January. We did see lower prices back in October, but I don't think we would go all the way back down to there. Nonetheless, you can see here that prices put in a nice little doji candle pretty much today. Could see a nice reversal, and if we look at the intraday chart, just go through what we saw here. Again, we had the minutes come out at 2 o'clock today from the Fed. So we had this uptrend from the lows today, and that was broken. But we had that nice little bounce around the lows. We actually did not make a new low in the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was a little bit more bullish today. So we could easily see some upside possibly here on the NASDAQ with NVDA reporting a great number. It should lead the semiconductors up. So I think we easily retest our high that we made today, which is 12,155, and take us to our next target, which is 12,233. Okay. Next, I just want to look at a couple of the major names. We got Tesla, and I'm going to bring this out. Let me just do this real quick. Bring up the daily chart. So you can see on Tesla currently we have this uptrend, which is still holding. It held its uptrend today. So we'll see if we get a reversal back up to the upside for new highs tomorrow. If we get a nice little close above on the daily, might see us try to make a nice little move back higher, with this just being possibly just a bull flag from this nice move up. You've got Apple. Now on the daily chart here on Apple, it looks like we might have lost the uptrend here. We have. That was lost. Also, this 150 area was very important. You can see that this 150 area has been hit many, many times in the past. So if the market can find a leg higher tomorrow and reclaim 150 on Apple, it would be key. Otherwise, reverting back below today's low tomorrow, which was 147.15, we could see lower prices in Apple. And Apple being the largest weighted stock in the indexes, that is something to take note. All right, last and certainly not least, I do want to take a look at NVIDIA. And if we pull that up here, I just want to show you guys what I'm seeing here. So NVIDIA currently has a nice uptrend, which was lost right here. But you can see that it actually might have been reclaimed. Well, we'll see about that. If we look at the after hours action, I'll pull up the 15-minute chart. You can see that right now we close around 225.90. So we'll bring this out. Let's pull up an hourly chart actually. You can see that we're pretty much retesting that trend line. So if we're able to reclaim that trend line and push back above 230, then NVIDIA could see some upside potential here. But other than that, it definitely has reached a peak price level for at least the open tomorrow. But anything is possible. We have GDP tomorrow. Let's actually take a look at that. We'll go to our handy dandy website that we like to use for news. Pull that up right now. We got our forexfactory.com. This is the site that I love to use to figure out economic data coming out in the next day or so. And you can see that we have preliminary GDP reported at 8:30 tomorrow in the morning, as well as unemployment claims. Those will be a big market mover tomorrow for sure. So want to keep your eyes on that at 8:30. It should point us in the direction of which way the market wants to go tomorrow. Okay. We also have crude oil inventories at 11 a.m. if you like to trade oil names. All right, last but certainly not least, I want to take a look at a couple of names that I like for tomorrow. So let's look at that. First off is Delta. And I'm looking at getting some calls up and above 37.50 or possibly a put play below 36.75. Looking at also Roku. Nice little inside day here. Looking at calls possibly above 69.75 and puts below 64.90. And then last but certainly not least, we got Walmart. Walmart had a very strong day yesterday when the market was down a lot. Today, Walmart seemed to take a lot of that back. Nonetheless, an inside candle with an uptrend. I do like this name. if Walmart can somehow get a nice little leg higher tomorrow, I think it could get legs back up to the highs that it made yesterday, which is around the 147 to 148 level. Let me pull up one more name just real quick, which I do like, which is Zoom. You can see that Zoom does have this uptrend here, and it does have this little compression to the downside. But if we look at that just a little bit tighter here, so you can see this is maybe a little bit closer. Sorry about that. So we bring this up. Let's actually redraw this real quick. I do see these areas where we have a prior low made, and we kind of held that area, okay? Now we do have a downtrend here, but if that downtrend is broken and takes us back up to the upside tomorrow, I think that if we look at the daily chart again, if we pull up this and look at the daily chart, I think if we can get above the high that we made today, which is over 74.30, be a nice little swing to the upside, targeting this 77 area up here. Okay, that's it for today. Just make sure if you like this video, please smash the like button and make sure to subscribe. Market overviews, gotta love it. We'll see y'all tomorrow.